So long, and thank you for visiting my channel, Coin Lady. Veteran crypto trader and Bitcoin investor Michael XBT says he stands to make $1.5 million if XRP reaches his $2 price objective. Thus, he possesses a substantial amount of XRP, not exactly 1 million, but close enough. When XRP reaches my $2 target, I will make $1.5 million quickly. The money I make will go into other altcoins that have promising setups for future growth. Therefore, he is not claiming that the price is $2, which is not even an all-time high. And yet, he is a dealer. Okay? A trader, that is. After that moment, everything is about making money. I know there are taxes to pay, but other than that, it's all profit. That's why I mentioned wanting to scale out between $5 and $8, but I have no idea if we'll actually collect that much. I am now hopeful that this will be the case. Also, I think it's reasonable that all of that should be happening because we're obviously in a bull market. However, some people become greedy, and here's the flip side, a lot of people are giving you viewpoints that I find totally illogical. Very soon, XRP will experience its much-anticipated massive burst. Is everything set? Therefore, he is not the target of this attack. In the long run, with a lot more capital flowing in, I don't think it's difficult for XRP to reach triple digits. Okay, this market cycle is really ridiculous. For example, you are aware of the funds that must enter Bitcoin before it may cycle in XRP. I don't even remember what that would put Bitcoin's value at, $1 million or something ridiculous. I did the arithmetic myself. Completed the calculations on it not long ago. I don't know exactly, but it might have been something like that. Similar to Bitcoin, this market cycle would likely need to reach around $1 million before enough money could be transferred to the others. Simply said, it is how everything operates. There is more to it than that. It doesn't just go into the altcoin, then people sell it or send it to Bitcoin. This goes into Bitcoin, actually. To put it simply, this is the general way the market operates. I won't suggest that there aren't examples of people who acquire Bitcoin only to learn about it. What I mean is that, generally speaking, capital flows into Bitcoin and then circulates through the various spaces. Is $1 million the likely price of Bitcoin this market cycle? Because believe me when I say that not a snowball has a chance. It is extremely unlikely. That market cycle is not it. Perhaps Bitcoin will reach $1 million at some point, but it is ludicrous to expect it to do so in the near future, much less in the year 2025. Therefore, you must be living in a dream world if you believe that more is going to strike this. Excuse me, but someone has to point out that it doesn't add up. This is your call. Feel free to make a purchase based on your reasoning if you think it makes sense. Reposting this, Crypto Michael, who plans to sell at $2, said, XRP will pump hard once it breaks out of the 7-year pennant, but warned that returns will be significantly lower than 2017 levels. If the chart below gives you the impression that you can expect a 100x pump, you are in for a rude awakening. He also mentioned this one, but for some reason, it is simply not appearing. In other words, you'll be his liquidity when I sell. Not happening with the 100x pump. Please don't even try for that. They don't sell, despite having life-changing wealth on paper. Plus, I believe that being present in the now is the greatest perspective from which to view things. But what if it goes higher, you'll ask yourself. Imagine if I sell right now and the price really goes up. Keep going, keep going. Do your best thinking now, before we're even in that situation. Strongly, if it's going to change the lives of units. Add it up. I will now decide on your behalf. While I can't say for sure what's best for you, I do believe it's prudent to give that some serious consideration. After all, if that's the main motivation for selling, then I might as well sell what I'm using for myself. Furthermore, you are free to do what you choose with me, I will not object. I don't care if anything goes up by 2,345 times, 10 times, or 20 times, I already have and I removed the risk. All too often, even though you can't say for sure. And I get it, I know you could be hard on yourself if you wanted to. It did, in fact, climb 5 times higher. Sure, but in most cases, it doesn't and you wind up with nothing. It eludes you. It flies right by you. That's the norm, at least in my experience. Are you interested in playing that game? Sure, you can. I refuse to do it. I would. And I'm not going to be hard on myself because of it, I'm just being honest. I will inform you all when I have sold all of my XRP, and I will support you all. Appreciate the breadth. No XRP has ever been sold by me. I prefer to take my time, but if I'm really tempted, you can guarantee that I will make a sale. Therefore, concentrate on this. Also, 692,000 follower Eric Voorhees on X has some wise words to share. Also, just so you know, he started the Shapeshift Bitcoin exchange. You know what's funny? You can't expect to get from broke to rich all at once, as Eric advises. Through a series of ups and downs, you can go from impoverished to not poor, from extremely comfortable to rich. And this time, use your intelligence and try a modest 10 times. Get there while keeping your mind open. And I get it, no one wants to hear it 10 times in a row. Hear me out. I'm telling you this. In spite of my eagerness to see this third bull cycle come to a close, I remain committed to staying put for as long it may take. Just like getting money on the stock market, this is how it's done. When you buy goods, you just sit back and let time take its course. Lifting compound interest. In the stock market, isn't that what you do? Buying cryptocurrency and then doing nothing is the strategy. Additionally, having extensive exposure will help you win if you're correct that the crypto pie grows over a decade. It's elementary information. If you're right about the asset class growing in size, you can profit from your exposure to it. Stop rushing through it, though. So, not even I know for sure when this blow-off top will happen, but I'm thinking it will. Now that things have fallen again and I've accumulated much more, it's in a much better situation than before. You can attempt playing the wider swings, and I get that. On the other hand, I was the most careful crypto investor that I've ever met. Looking back, I might say, yeah, I could have sold at those peaks, but there's no way to tell if they are the peaks or if the market will continue to rise. I decided to withdraw from that danger. Remember what Rob Paul says? Don't F it up. Yeah. On this matter, I completely agree with you. Avoiding disaster is my goal. And for me, it just implies handoff, even if I was basing my expectations on historical data, which led me to believe that these markets are likely to be peaks, but I'm still open to being mistaken. No way am I going to fumble this. I intend to keep my exposure to the asset class until its value is high enough for me to sell it. Plus, most people fail to notice how unpopular that is. They are simply not patient enough to see a project through to completion. However, I intend to carry it out. It's effective, I can assure you. Assuming you're well diversified within the asset class. All you have to do is wait for the right moment. That's why classes aren't offered. That would be the course I've taken. Deliver the $100, that's the way it is. It's done. Just sit around and do nothing. Also, give it 10 years. Well, that's all. But now no one wants to hear that. Because of it, I understand. Those channels that promote inflated claims like buy this course and XRP to $10,000 it's really going to do it tend to attract a large audience. I simply want to have an audience that wants to live reality with me, and I know that people want to hear such things. To be sure, it would serve you better to grasp these fundamentals here. The irony is that getting rich slowly in crypto still means life-changing money after a decade, and yet, some people are too impatient for that, he said in response to his own poster. After nearly 7 years here, I've come to the conclusion that it's about perfect for me. To put it in context, that's astonishing, especially if this is the blow-off peak after waiting for nearly a decade. But hey, whatever. That's crypto becoming rich slowly. By contrast, in the cryptocurrency market, you may go from having very little to being extremely wealthy in the span of 7 to 10 years, whereas in the stock market, you can, if you're lucky, see your money double in that time. However, if you plan on entering and exiting positions, and then when you amass wealth that could change your life forever, you should probably sell. Personally, I believe that this market cycle will bring in a substantial enough sum that I would be foolish not to do so, especially after failing to do so in the previous two. No, I wasn't naive, it just wasn't in the spot I had envisioned. If it gets where I expect it to, it will change my life, and I will be foolish not to sell. This time, it wasn't enough. So, what I'm trying to say is, give serious thought to it if you're in a situation where it could significantly impact your life. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so make the most of it while you can, because the markets move at the speed of light. So, think about it, and do it any way you choose. Off the soapbox, though, those are my thoughts on the matter. Bucks. My background is not in financial planning. Regardless of what I say or do, you shouldn't buy or sell anything. Assuming that you haven't already. The viewer's presence here is greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching my channel and for subscribing. I will see you later.